Owners spend a fortune on ads to drive new traffic. My guest says the thing silently capping your covers isn't your marketing. It's the three-star review sitting on your profile that you've never answered. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Almost nobody walks into a restaurant blind anymore. They check the rating first. Your star score is a filter. It decides whether a hungry person even considers you before they read a single item on your menu.
So the rating works like a price of entry.
Exactly. And the numbers are brutal. Studies have found that moving from 3.5 stars up to 4.5 can lift revenue by double digits. A half star is the difference between being skipped and being chosen. That's a marketing channel you already own, and most owners ignore it.
Why do so many good restaurants sit at a mediocre rating?
Because they leave it to chance. The only people motivated to write a review unprompted are the furious ones. The thrilled guest finishes a great meal, smiles, and goes home without saying a word. So your rating drifts down, not because the food got worse, but because only the angry voices show up.
So the silence of happy guests is the actual problem.
That's the gap. You have to engineer the review, not wait for it. The single best moment is right after the guest tells you the meal was amazing. That's when you hand them a simple way to leave that feedback. A QR code on the check, a quick text, one clear ask while the feeling is fresh.
Isn't asking for a review a little awkward?
Only if you do it wrong. You don't beg. You make it effortless, and you time it to the peak of their happiness. A trained server who simply says, "If you enjoyed tonight, it would mean a lot. Here's the link." That one sentence steadily floods your profile with the voices that were silent before.
Let's talk about the negative reviews. The one stars that scare owners.
A negative review is not the disaster owners think it is. What kills you is an unanswered one. When you reply calmly, take responsibility, and offer to make it right, you're not talking to that one angry person. You're talking to the hundreds of future guests reading it, and they see an owner who cares.
So the response is really for the audience, not the complainer.
Every time. A thoughtful reply can turn your worst review into a trust signal. Future diners don't expect perfection. They expect that if something goes wrong, you'll handle it. A handled complaint often sells harder than a 5-star rave.
What about the platforms themselves? Does it matter where the reviews live?
It matters enormously. The maps and search platforms reward fresh, frequent reviews with higher placement. A steady drip of recent reviews doesn't just raise your score, it pushes you up the local results, so more people see you in the first place. Old, stale reviews quietly sink you.
So reviews feed visibility, not just reputation.
They compound. More reviews lift your score, the higher score lifts your placement, the placement brings more guests, and more guests bring more reviews. It's a flywheel. Most restaurants never start it spinning because nobody owns the job of asking.
So put it together. What does a restaurant actually do?
Make asking for reviews a standard step of service, reply to every review, good or bad, and keep the stream fresh. You don't need a new menu or a bigger ad budget. You need to close the gap between the great experience you already deliver and what strangers see online.
If an owner suspects their reputation is costing them covers, where do they start?
There's a free revenue leak audit that flags the single biggest opportunity in your restaurant. And for a lot of owners, the reviews gap is exactly it. The link is in the description below. Find the leak before you spend another peso chasing new traffic.